Hello children, today we are going to see bending of cyclist in curves and some other topics. Let us consider a cyclist negotiating a circular level road not banked of radius r with a speed v. The cycle and the cyclist are considered as one system with mass m. The center of gravity of system is c and it goes in a circle of radius r with the center at o. Let us choose the line OC as x-axis and the vertical line through O as z-axis, which is shown in the diagram. Children, you can see that is x-axis and z-axis clearly in the diagram. The system as a frame is rotating about z-axis. The system is at rest in this rotating frame. To solve the problems in rotating frame of reference, we have to apply a centrifugal force, that means a pseudo force, on the system, which will be mv square by r. This force will be act through the center of gravity. The forces acting on the system are gravitational force mg, normal force n, frictional force f, and the fourth one is centrifugal force mv square by r. As the system is in equilibrium, in the rotation frame of reference, the net external force and the net external torque must be 0. Let us consider all the torque about the point A. You can see this problem through this diagram. For rotational equilibrium, the net torque is equal to 0. The torque due to gravitational force about point A is mgab, which is Gauss's clockwise turn, that is taken as negative. The torque due to the centripetal force is mv square by r bc, which is Gaussian anticlockwise turn, that is taken as positive. That means minus mg ab plus mv square by r bc is equal to 0. mg ab is equal to mv square by r into bc. So from the triangle ABC, AB is equal to AC sin theta and BC is equal to AC cos theta. mg AC sin theta is equal to mv square by r AC cos theta. So tan theta is equal to v square by rg. So theta is equal to tan inverse v square by rg. While negotiating a circular level road of radius r at a velocity v, a cyclist has to be bent by an angle theta from the vertical given by the above expression to stay in equilibrium. That means to avoid a fall. Moment of inertia. Our next topic is moment of inertia. In the expression for the torque and angular momentum of rigid bodies, which are considered as bulk objects, we have come across at the term summation of mi/ri square. This quantity is called moment of inertia I of the bulk object. For point mass mi at the distance ri from the fixed axis, the moment of inertia is given as mi/ri square. The moment of inertia for the point mass I is equal to mi/ri square. The moment of inertia for bulk object I is equal to summation of mi/ri square. In translation motion, mass is a measure of inertia in the same way for rotational motion. The moment of inertia is a measure of rotational inertia. The unit of moment of inertia is kgm square. Its dimension is ml square. In general, mass is an invariable quantity of matter except for motion comparable to that of light. But the moment of inertia of a body is not an invariable quantity. It depends not only on the mass of the body but also on the way the mass is distributed around the axis of rotation. To find the moment of inertia of a uniformly distributed mass, we have to consider an infinitely small mass dm as a point mass and take its position r with respect to an axis. The moment of inertia of the point mass can now be written as dA is equal to dm r square. We get the moment of inertia of the entire bulk object by integrating the above expression. I is equal to integration of dA is equal to dm r square. I is equal to integration of r square dm. So we can use the above expression for determining the moment of inertia of some of the common bulk objects of interest like rod, ring, disc and sphere and etc. Moment of inertia of a uniform rod. Let us consider a uniform rod of mass m and length L, which is shown in the diagram. Let us find the expression for the moment of inertia of this rod about an axis that passes through the center of mass and perpendicular to the. This is the diagram from which we are going to find out the center of moment of inertia of the rod. So the rod, the first and origin is to be fixed for the coordinate system so that it's coincide with the center of mass, which is also the geometric center of the rod. The rod is now along the x-axis. We take an infinitely small mass dm at the distance x from the origin. The moment of inertia dA of this mass dm about the axis is dA is equal to dm x square. As the mass is uniformly distributed, the mass per unit length lambda of the rod is lambda is equal to m by L. The dm mass of the infinitely small length as dm is equal to lambda dx is equal to m by L into dx. The moment of inertia of the entire rod can be found by integrating dI. So I is equal to integration dI is equal to integration of dm into x square is equal to integration of m by L into dx into x square. So I is equal to m by L integration of x square into dx. As the mass is distributed on the either side of the origin, the limits of the integration are taken from minus L by 2 to plus L by 2. So we will get I is equal to m by L integration of minus L by 2 to L by 2 x square dx is equal to m by L x3 by 3 minus L by 2 to L by 2. Finally, we will get the moment of inertia I is equal to half in I is equal to 1 by 12 ml square. Our next topic is moment of inertia of a uniform ring. Let us consider a uniform ring of mass m and radius r to find the moment of inertia of the ring about an axis passing through its center and perpendicular to the plane. Let us take an infinitely small mass dm of the length dx of the ring. This dm is located at the distance r, which is the radius of the ring from the axis. So this is the diagram for this content. So the moment of inertia dA of the small mass dm is dA is equal to dm r square. The length of the ring is its circumference 2 pi r. As the mass is uniformly distributed, the mass per unit length lambda is equal to mass by length is equal to m by 2 pi r. The mass dm of the infinitely small length its dm is equal to lambda dx is equal to m by 2 pi r into dx. Now the moment of inertia of the entire ring is equal to I integration of dA is equal to integration of dm r square is equal to integration m by 2 pi r into dx r square. So I is equal to mr by 2 pi into integration of dx. So that to overcome the entire length of the ring, the limits of integration are taken from 0 to 2 pi r. I is equal to mr by 2 pi integration of 0 to 2 pi r into dx. So I is equal to mr by 2 pi x into 0 to 2 pi r is equal to mr by 2 pi 2 pi r to 0. So the moment of inertia of a ring will be I is equal to mr square. The moment of inertia of a uniform disk. Consider a disk of mass m and radius r. The disk is made up of many infinitely small rings. Consider one such ring of mass dm and thickness dr and the radius r. The moment of inertia dA of this small ring is dA is equal to dm r square. As the mass is uniformly distributed, the mass per unit area sigma is equal to mass by area is equal to m by pi r square. This is the record diagram for this content. The mass of the infinitely small ring is dm is equal to sigma 2 pi r into dr is equal to m by pi r square 2 pi r into dr. The term 2 pi r dr is the area of this elemental ring. 2 pi r is the length and dr is the thickness. Dm is equal to 2m by r square r into dr. So dA is equal to 2m by r square r cube into dr. The moment of inertia of the entire disk is I is equal to dI. So finally we will get moment of inertia of the disk I is equal to half into mr square. Radius of gyration. For bulk objects of a regular shape with uniform mass distribution, the expression for moment of inertia for an axis involves their total mass and geometrical features like radius, length, breadth, and with take care of the shape and size of the objects. But we need an expression for the moment of inertia which would take care of not only the mass, shape and size of object but also its orientation of the axis of the rotation. Such an expression should be general so that it is applicable even for the objects of irregular shape and non-uniform distribution of mass. The general expression for the moment of inertia is given by I is equal to mk square. M is the total mass of the object. K is called the radius of gyration. The radius of gyration of an object is perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation to an equivalent point mass, which would have the same mass as well as the same moment of inertia of the object. As the radius of gyration is the distance, its unit is m, its dimension is L. The rotating rigid body with respect to any axis is considered to the made up of point mass m1, m2, m3 dot 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 mn at perpendicular distance r1, r2, r3 dot dot rn respectively. So the moment of inertia of that object can be written as I is equal to summation of mi ri square is equal to m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square plus m3 r3 square plus dot 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 mn rn. If you take all the n number of individual masses to be equal, so we can write m is equal to m1 is equal to m2 is equal to m3 is equal to dot 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 mn. So finally we will get I is equal to m r1 square plus m r2 square plus m r3 square plus dot 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 plus m rn square. So finally we will get I is equal to mk square. So I is equal to mk square is the radius of gyration. Here k is equal to root of r1 square plus r2 square plus r3 square plus dot 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 rn square by n. The expression for the radius of gyration indicates that it is the root mean square, that is RMS, distance of the particles of the body from the axis of rotation. In fact, the moment of inertia of any object could be expressed in the form of I is equal to mk square. For example, let us take the moment of inertia of a uniform rod of mass m and the length L. Its moment of inertia with respect to the perpendicular axis passing through the center of mass is I is equal to 1 by 12 ml square. In terms of radius of gyration, I is equal to mk square. Hence, mk square is equal to 1 by 12 ml square. So, k square is equal to 1 by 12 L square. Here finally, k is equal to 0.289 into L. So, enough for this link. We will see next class. Thank you very much.